Good afternoon, guys. It's Workin, bringing you a very quick update on Bitcoin and EOS. Hope you guys are having a wonderful afternoon. We're looking at Bitcoin to the US dollar 4-hour chart on Coinbase, and I'm going to try to make this quick, guys. Just wanted to give you a quick update. I had a lot of people instant messaging me and talking about this rise. You know, is this it? So I just wanted to send you this out. A very quick update, guys. If you want a deeper overview of the overall market, I would recommend you go listen to my prior couple updates, my past two updates. But for now, guys, what we were watching yesterday, I discussed that price was going to come up. It was testing this resistance here between $6,360 resistance area here. We had price come back down, rejected off of this resistance, came into this zone here. I told you we were more than likely going to get a retest of this order block right here. Price came down. We had a little wick, bounced right off it. Second wick, a little deeper into this zone, and then of course it just took off. So we did get that nice reversal that we were looking for yesterday. I added a little bit to my position right in here. Very, very small position right in here with that second wick. And I've already sold, guys. I told you that if price did bounce in this zone, of course, we needed to see a break above 63.60 and then consolidation above 63.60 for this bull. If the bulls were going to be able to continue this uptrend, we did see that. We saw the bulls push up through very, very decisively. I told you if we broke above 63.60 that more than likely we're going to come up and test this supply zone up in here. That's exactly what happened. Price came back up, tested this zone, little rejection, back into this zone. Now we're consolidating within this zone right now. This area was a decent supply zone I discussed yesterday. A lot of sell orders that are sitting in here, guys. In fact, I'm rather impressed that we didn't get a decent rejection. I was expecting and still am expecting price to come back down, possibly retest this 63.60 area here. I think at least it's going to come back down and retest the bottom of this zone right here, the bottom of this area right here, but I think very likely that's a possibility, or we come back down for the retest of 63.60. Now 63.60 has been resistance. Anything that is resistance when you break above typically acts as support if it is tested again. If we come over here and we look at our MACD, we can see that price obviously created a higher high right here. If we come down, look at the exact same place on the MACD, it created a lower high. That's bearish divergence. That does suggest that price may come back down and for another retest, and we'll have to wait and see how that ends up playing out. Now we did have a little bit of a breakdown here that could have cleared that divergence. We'll have to wait and see how this ends up playing out, and it is a strong sign that it's able to maintain itself. The price is able to maintain itself within this area. We'll have to wait and see if it does come up for another test up to the top of this area here, possibly up getting above this wick here. We may get a strong rejection at that point. If we can break above this zone, if we can take out the prior high of this wick, so in other words, if we can get above about $6,480, if we can break above that, guys, in my opinion, that's going to be an extremely bullish sign. And of course, as I said yesterday, we need to break above 65.40. If we can break above 65.40 with consolidation, I'm not going to call a bottom, but I will be very optimistic if we can break above 65.40 and consolidate above 65.40. My opinion, that's going to be an extremely bullish sign. That will obviously, guys, we've been created in a series of lower highs, higher lows, with this one exception of this very long wick right here. That was due to that tether scare where everybody transferred out of tether and into Bitcoin, causing this very quick rise in price, followed by, of course, it was very short-lived, came right back down. So you know, I can't disregard that as an analyst. It did come up and hit the prior high, which was right here. So this did establish this two prior high, wick here, that sits at about $6,810 on Coinbase. And of course, this is the high that needs to be taken out to establish a new pattern, a bullish pattern. Until we take out about 6,800, 6,810, a new pattern has not been created, and we are still trading within a range. So, you know, and as of now, we are trading within a range. So anyway, I did tell you yesterday, guys, I want to always be transparent with my trades. The little position that I added in right here, I went ahead and got out. So if you took that trade that I was talking about yesterday, this is not financial advice, but I would at the very least increase your stop loss, possibly consider taking your profit. I went ahead and got out completely. So as far as Bitcoin is concerned, I have my long-term hold portfolio, which I'm not selling at all. I will hold no matter what price does. But as far as my the portfolio that I use for day trading and swing trading, that's all in fiat now as far as Bitcoin is concerned. I have a couple other positions in other smaller coins, but as far as Bitcoin is concerned, that portfolio is in fiat. I did sell my position here as a very quick position. You know, I got in at 63.20, got right back out when price came up here. I think it sold at 64.45. So anyway, I'm out of my position just because I always want to be transparent with you guys. Doesn't mean that you have to. Just just be, I would consider, I would at least know that there's a good chance that price may come back down for a retest here. If 6360 does break, I think there's a good chance we're going to come back down into this zone here at about 6300. If that does break, I'm not saying that's going to happen, guys. I'm not even saying we're going to break down out of this zone. As of right now, we had a 4-hour candle that closed in here. We had another 4-hour candle that closed in here again, and now we're on the third 4-hour candle here. So we're certainly starting consolidation. This candle did just now open, so really I don't want to call this consolidation yet. This is start of consolidation, and let's wait and see if this can hold, guys. But if we can get another 4-hour candle that closes in this zone here, that's going to be a rather bullish sign, guys. If we can just start consolidating, even consolidating sideways, that's going to be a bullish sign in my opinion, and we'll have to wait and see kind of how this ends up playing out. Looking at the looking at the 4-hour RSI, we can see that we are oversold at the moment, also suggesting a possible temporary dip in price. Let's kind of wait and see how that ends up playing out. Looking at the daily chart, we can see on the daily, I pointed this out yesterday, we had this nice consolidation getting squeezed tighter and tighter within this range. We had this little breakout here, possible bull trap, definitely possibly a bull trap. If we come over here and we look at our short positions, shorts continue to fall off the board. If we come over here and we look at long positions are starting to rise. Now, I'd like to see some of these longs start to take profit. As I said yesterday, I want to see retail investors starting to act a little smarter, and they have been in the past. We just had a little bit of a rise. That's not bad at all. That's understandable. But just be very careful. We do have short positions now outpacing long positions. And for the first time in a very long time, longs are outpacing shorts. Longs are outpacing shorts. Sorry, guys, didn't mean to confuse you there. So we have more long positions on the board than we do shorts. So that's for the first time in a long time. So that means market makers have incentive to possibly bring price down. Now, it's fairly equal, so that I don't expect that to happen right away, even though it might. But if this continues to happen, where long positions start to stack, short positions continue to fall off the board as they are here. If that continues to happen, with low volume, and we are still at very low volume. We're only sitting at 4.4 billion. That's an uptick in volume from the last week or so, but that is not nearly the kind of uptick that we need to have a sustainable bull run. We need to be above 10 billion on a daily basis, not just on 1-2 days, but continuously above 10 billion on a daily basis to know new money is entering this market. But this 4.4 billion means that market makers can easily still manipulate this market, guys. So you want to be very, very, very careful. Know that this may be a bull trap. This may be trying to trap people into long positions, and they're just going to clobber them, bring it right back down. So until we get price above at least 65.40, really taking out this prior high, I would be very, very cautious with your trades, guys. If you're accumulating for the long haul, of course, slowly accumulate. That's fine. If you're planning on holding for a year or longer, but if you're in this if you're day trading and you need this money in the short term, I would be in and out right away if I'd play at all. And if you're not an experienced day trader, if you don't really know what you're doing here, guys, and you get that pit in your stomach that you're not really sure, and you're playing with money that you can't lose, I wouldn't do it. It's not worth the risk. That's again not financial advice. That's just my personal opinion. You guys do what you like. All right, that's enough for Bitcoin. Coming over here, looking at EOS. EOS has a very similar chart to Bitcoin as we've talked about the last few days. And of course, yesterday we discussed price came back down. It was looking for this retest. I was looking for a retest below 526 into this order block here. Didn't quite make it down that low. I told you I was going to enter into a position down in this area. I missed getting my order filled by about 5 cents. So I didn't enter into any position here, but that's okay. I don't need to. I told you if we did end up breaking above $5.45, this resistance right here, guys, I told you if we break above that, more than likely we're going to come into this order block right here, this supply zone right up here, guys. And of course, we know this is a supply zone because what happened? We got price came back down, wick came back up, wick, broke down, wick, broke down, wick, broke down. So a lot of sell orders more than likely were sitting in here. That's how we knew this was going to find resistance right here. And of course it did. And now it's sitting here consolidating. We didn't get a very strong rejection. That's a bullish sign. Let's wait and see if we can consolidate within this zone. If we can, again, that's going to be a sign of strength. We are getting a little bit of bearish divergence, however, though. If we look again, we see that price created a higher high here. Look at the MACD. We can see the MACD, this is on the 4-hour, the MACD created a lower high. So again, that is bearish divergence, and that does suggest that price may be coming back down for a possible retest. And what I would like to see on that retest is for this, what was resistance at $5.45. That was resistance. That should act as support. So let's wait and see if price does break down, if this 545 acts as support. If it doesn't and 545 breaks, I think there's a good chance we're going to come back down to at least this area right in here at about 530, 535, somewhere thereabouts at least, possibly this area down here at 526. We'll have to wait and see how it plays out at that point. But right now, things are consolidating in this supply zone, and that is a bullish sign, guys. Of course, we're watching to see if we can break above this supply zone, the top of which sits at about $5.63. If we can break above that, guys, with consolidation above that zone, I think there's a very good chance we're going to quickly rise up to up to $5.92 to $6.06. There's a decent supply zone, a very strong actually supply zone right up here between 592 and 606. So I do think that if it does break above this, it'll be a very quick rise to this zone, and I would expect there to be a lot of resistance right into this zone here. And the area that we need to take out, where I'm going to start to get extremely bullish if we do, of course, is the top of this wick right here. If we can take out the top of this wick, which sits at about $6.10, really actually all the way back here, but I'll take this wick right here at about 610. If we can break above 610 with consolidation, at that point, guys, that's going to be an extremely bullish sign, and that will officially establish a new pattern. At least it will break this pattern here. I shouldn't say it'll establish a new pattern, but it will at least break this pattern of lower highs and higher lows, which is what we're getting now. Remember, if we zoom out here on the bigger picture, guys, as I showed you guys yesterday, we can see that EOS continues to consolidate within this wedge pattern right here, creating a series of lower highs, higher lows, and of course, anytime you're getting that, we're going to be watching this apex. As it approaches an apex, we do expect a larger move to come, and we'll have to wait and see if we do end up getting that. But for now, guys, we're continuing to, like Bitcoin, continuing to trade within a range, and all we can do is trade that range until we do break out and establish a new pattern. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap it there, guys. If you have any comments, questions, suggestions, please let me know in the comment section below. As always, would appreciate an upvote if you have enjoyed this content. Until next time, guys, please trade safe, take care of yourselves. This is Workin, signing out.